Back in Black, AC/DC, Phil Rude. Great groove, as with all these drummers. You know, this is one of the simplest beats you could play. You learn as a beginning drummer, but how it's played with the intent here and where he puts the backbeat and how it fits with the music is what makes it great. You know, there's the notes and then there's the music, and he makes great music out of this. So basically, you know, we got 1 and 3 on the snare. 1 and 3 on the bass drum, and 2 and 4 on the snare drum. And then the 8th note driving on the hi-hat. But what's cool about the way he does it, and to my ear, and a lot of drummers do this, is he's driving that quarter note pulse that exists in the bass drum and the snare drum. But he's doing it with this, as he plays the 8th notes, he's doing it by playing the shoulder of the stick on the hi-hat on the beat, and on the ands, 8th notes again, breaking down that pulse. 4/4 time. Quarter notes are 1, 2, 3, 4. 8th notes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So he's driving the quarter notes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then adding the ands with the tip. They're a little lighter. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That helps drive that quarter note thing. Listen, it sounds drum machine like if I played all just on the flat of the cymbal. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's right, but it's that music thing, right? Now if I put the shoulder tip in, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's the little subtle thing that makes the music, that much stronger. So that's the basic groove, but that happens in 4 measure cycles in the verse. In the 4th measure, there's a little syncopated section that happens on beat 2. Starts on beat 2. The way that goes, I'll play quietly and count it for you. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a, right? But he plays it, of course, stronger in AC/DC, and he does it with an open hi-hat on those bass drum punches. I'll show you what that means. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a, right? So here's how that 4 measure cycle sounds. 3 and 4 and. Moving on, you'll see in the second page of the transcription on the second line some little kicks that happen right after the guitar solo. And just like Steve Gorman in Black Crowes, he was catching some punches at the end of a 4-bar phrase. The band did it all four times. He just caught it at the end to release the tension of his groove playing underneath it and make it more powerful. Here he's making a powerful statement at the beginning and then going on to the groove, catching it with the band. So at the beginning, here's how you count this. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, right? So going into the groove, that sounds like this. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E. And again, note that we changed the spice, you know. We were doing shoulder tip at the beginning. Here we're doing open sloshy hat, same groove, different effect. Again, think about the seasonings. This groove, check it out, you know. I can do so many things with that. I could go shoulder tip, quarter notes, 8th notes, and so, you know, experiment around, but learn from what these great drummers do and then find your own voices on this stuff. So, shoulder tip, think about that at the beginning, make the groove drive. Feel those syncopations accurately on those little punch sections, and think about what you can do to a groove to change the flavor by changing your ride pattern.